slowly shaping the world and changing our ways of life, from the way we interact to the way we do business, and embracing this technology is a must if we are to move with time. The Examination Council of Zambia, ECZ, has launched an online payment gateway and an online verification of results system meant to ease access to its services. COVID-19 has presented a global challenge on how we interact, and that the launch of the gateway payment system can never come at the right time than this.
The payment gateway is a new electronic solution that allows you to make payments online via a secure portal at your convenience. The system has been integrated to allow candidates to pay for services offered by Examination Council of Zambia using various platforms such as Visa and mobile money.
And Examination Council of Zambia Director in charge of examinations, Michael Chilala, says the launch of the platform will allow institutions like colleges and universities verify results of candidates online without necessarily waiting on the council to verify.
When it comes to candidate registration, we have started with the grade 12 internal, which is the school certificate exam, and the grade 9 internal candidates. These candidates will be able to, their details will be captured, and then the system will be able to invoice them, and then they will decide whether they want to walk into a bank and pay, or they will decide whether to pay using mobile money or using Visa.
Mr. Chilala also says the council is working at ensuring the service is accessed by other examination classes.
And we'll be able in the years to come, starting 2022, to extend this online payment gateway to all other levels of examinations, and we are hoping to innovate more in terms of other systems and services.
And Infratel Chief Executive Officer Freelance Wadia says he is happy that a local company was consulted in the development of the gateway system.
The launch of the Council's online systems integrated to Infratel payment gateway is timely, considering that there are restrictions on person-to-person contact which have been triggered by COVID-19 pandemic. Businesses now are quickly embracing digital transformation, leveraging digital technologies to assure service continuity beyond the business brick-and-mortar offices which are being disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Leveraging digital technology in a digital changing world is key at keeping business moving. Prudence Chota for Camnet TV News.
On Monday, the 11th of January 2021, Minister of General Education Permanent Secretary Dr. Jobix Kalumba disclosed that the ministry was going to maintain its position and schools will reopen on the 18th of January 2021, despite the country recording more COVID-19 cases in recent weeks. He was on firm ground that the school calendar was not going to be disturbed by the COVID-19.
And we are grateful, we are satisfied that from those guidelines that we provided, we achieved, we recorded success. No child died, no student died. And it was the same COVID. Yes, it could be another spike, but it's the same COVID. No one died. And for us, we are going to use the same background. We are going to use the same formula. Please have the belief in the education system. Our teachers, our men and women on the ground have done the best. In school, we have order, and that order will be maintained. We shall comply with what the Ministry of Health has already provided us, and that is our evidence of experience. All is well. 18th January, we are opening the schools.
Now, following his announcement, divergent views emerged on the matter. Looking at the prevailing rise in the COVID-19 cases during the second wave of the pandemic, with health authorities warning that the huge gatherings are fueling the rise, hence reopening schools, was being discouraged by some stakeholders. Today, 6 teachers' unions held a press briefing on Friday in which they expressed concern on the preparedness of the Ministry of General Education ahead of the reopening of schools on Monday, the 18th of January 2021, amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. Representing the 6 teachers' union, the Secondary School Teachers Union of Zambia, SESTU's General Secretary, proposed that the ministry consider reopening schools on the 1st of February 2021 so as to allow schools and parents to adequately prepare.
Issues to do with vaccines are not matters of the Ministry of Education, and they are not matters of the teacher unions. We call upon government and the Ministry of Education and all the stakeholders that work with the Ministry of Education to consider putting in place the measures that we've categorically stated as guided by the Ministry of Health before schools open. I also want to point to the fact that we strongly feel, as GS said, that the opening of schools be extended to 1st February because there's nothing that we are seeing on the ground. If we did see these things on the ground, we are not going to shy away to state that schools reopen.
An hour after the appeal, the head of state, President Edgar Lungu, responded to their call and directed that all schools reopen on the 1st of February, rendering Dr. Kalumba's stance irrelevant. President Edgar Lungu has also directed the Ministry of General Education and Higher Education in conjunction with the Ministry of Health and local government to be on top of things and ensure that all schools are ready for opening on the 1st of February 2021. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
By name, it is rebranding by deed. And every time that we meet, we are reminding ourselves that the purpose of rebranding is to make ourselves better. And rebranding starts by the change of the mindset.
The Opposition Patriotic Front has set June 2022 as the date to hold internal elections to choose the party president and few other positions. For now, we are aware of some of the people who intend to lead the ruling party, which was booted out of office by the United Party for National Development. Among those vying for the top position are Emmanuel Mwamba, Chishimba Kambwili, Bizwa Mutale, and Brian Munduvile. But UPND, Lusaka Province Chairperson Obvious Mwariteta, has predicted that the elective General Assembly will mark the end of the former ruling party.
In fact, what they are trying to do is to see if they can salvage whatever has remained. And very soon, when this money which they acquired dubiously, when it finishes, you will see come June, the way they will fight. They will fight until they disappear on the political scene.
But political analyst Professor Bizek Piri tells Camnet News that the PF must ensure that the selection process of its leaders is transparently done to avoid infights.
So what PF should be doing now is to go through that process of organizing themselves from the section, ward, constituency, and so when they go to the convention in June, they already have structures on the ground. And these are people that are going to say, we have already identified these people. 2 or 3 or 4 of them that would have been identified. Those are the people that would be now competing at that level.
He says the fight for positions is a major reason why some political parties have become irrelevant.
All of them support that individual. They are not quarreling. Then you are going to have a peaceful, good political party which is in the opposition. But they're in opposition now. So how do they strengthen themselves if they really want to take over in 2026? Is how they organize themselves. So this is the time that they need to do that. And again, people should avoid, if they are not elected in June, they should not say, no, because I've not been elected, I'm breaking away. I'm forming my own party. What does that mean? It means PF becomes a weak opposition party. Because instead of one, you have two, or even three. So that way you cannot be strong. To be strong, you need unity.
He has also advised those in the ruling UPND who have not been given positions to support those who have been appointed in order to strengthen their political party, saying not everyone can be part of government.
When the new Dem government came to power, a lot of people were expecting to be appointed, but there are limited seats. So those that have been appointed in government now, those that have not been appointed, it's their time to support those that have been appointed. That way, the party in power becomes strong. But if somebody who has been a member of UPND all along, and because they've not been appointed, say no, because I've not been appointed, me, I'm now leaving this party. That's not being a true leader.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka. Will certainly be a busy year for the Electoral Commission of Zambia as recommendations continue to escalate on various issues surrounding the electoral process. And this year will be unique as the country will be holding elections under the new circumstances owing to the global COVID-19 pandemic. Political Science Association of Zambia President John Dambwa has demanded that the ECZ, in consultation with political stakeholders, comes up with a fresh mandate on how the forthcoming general elections will be held amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
We demand for a fresh legal framework that specifically deals with elections during this period. We believe that such a legal framework before elections period, such a legal framework must be put in place before the election campaign are in full swing. And this legal framework must be publicized in all media outlets so that the public and other electoral stakeholders must know how to conduct themselves during the political campaigns. Therefore, if stakeholders are to have a clear understanding of the changes in the electoral process due to COVID-19, the legal framework must be put in place now. Our experience in election as political scientists is that electoral rules must be changed at least 6 months before elections day. Bringing new rules a few days before the elections day usually affects the integrity of the electoral process.
Mr. Ndambwa says they will be engaging political parties to get their views on how campaigns will be held under the COVID-19 new normal.
We therefore call upon political parties to quickly institute this dialogue and find a way in which election campaigns can be conducted in such an environment. This association will reach out to Secretary Generals of political parties having representation in the National Assembly and discuss issues pertaining to campaigns under COVID-19.
He has also called for the enactment of the Political Parties Bill in order to provide a legal framework for political parties. However, he stated that the bill can be enacted after the 2021 general elections upon building consensus.
Understand that the current institutional framework does not allow political parties to disclose their sources of funding. We as political scientists believe that they are guided by one rule, the golden rule of anonymity. We are encouraging political parties to join hands in coming up with a political parties bill, which we believe is already on discussion papers that will not only streamline their operations, but also ensure that the public have enough information about the management and financial operations of institutions that govern them or those that intend to govern them.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka. Thank you very much. You are watching the Lunchtime Cafe on Camnet TV, and this is the interview segment where we feature a number of guests that come to discuss various issues surrounding us in this beautiful country. Today, we are privileged to host Mr. Michael Chuzu, who is Special Assistant in the Office of the Secretary General of the United Party for National Development, UPND, which is the ruling party in Zambia. Now, Mr. Chuzu, it's always a pleasure to have you around. Welcome to the program.
Yes, even myself. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you too.
You look good.
Thank you very much.
2024. I think it will be good for us that the rains are the way how the rains are coming, and by the way, I'm also a farm. So I think by next year we should be having bamba harvest this year, because I've been phoning around the country, and it seems God is with us. Rains are very good, very good rains. Yes.
Speaking of the rains and farming, and what some of the UPND's policies in agriculture that makes you think we are headed for a bumper harvest next season?
One, what you have to know that the UPND New Dawn government has put something in place, particularly starting from last year, that all inputs must be distributed as early as possible. And I'm happy to announce to you, I'm one of those that we have moved around the country to find out whether the inputs are in place and so forth. I'm happy to announce that by this time, as we are telling you, most of the inputs at the farmers, I should say we have done almost about 98%. Apart from some few areas. By yesterday, we are getting a report from Ngabwe district, which is in Kawe. The road is too bad now, and part of the seeds cannot reach there, but there are other areas that we are finding some other means that it should reach there. So the New Dawn and the UPND New Dawn government, to assure you, we have made sure that the inputs were delivered in time. Then at the same time, we encouraged people, those who did not get the FISIP itself, the money from the FISIP, and the government has made another way of going to the bank, and you can go and get a loan in form of to go and get inputs, so that at least even those who did not manage, this is the time again the government has made that area again. So we are grateful to the government as a party, and with that we are certain that this year we are going to have a bumper harvest.
There are some sections of society, especially opposition media, blogs on social media, who have continued to report that farmers are sharing fertilizer in medals in some parts of the country. You have clearly said that you've been around the country. What's the situation like on the ground?
Well, the situation is about the government has made a position. Even the Minister of Agriculture said, anyone who is going to be found that he is sharing a bag or doing meda, please report that person. But as you know, men are men, and women are human beings. Sometimes you are going to find that what has caused also those is that the cooperative itself, they have got more members than the parks which they are meant for. And because of that, they have created themselves to say, no, because of this, let us share like this, like that. But that is not what the government has said and has put forward. In fact, if you follow up what the rules of cooperatives is that probably if you have got 10 packs, doesn't mean that those 10 packs you have to go and share what and what. Probably you should have one field, and all of you are going to look on that field. And the whole of that thing which you had applied for should go to that. But the understanding itself, that is the problem which we still have. And at the same time, by 3 years, other people now, new members should come, old members should come. But that thing you are going to find that one chairman or the whole family has been getting these inputs for the past 15 years, which is not good. And you are going to find that even those who have been there for quite a long time, they don't get mature. And that is the problem which we have been having. But still, as we are going about, I think these are the things that we need to be corrected. And we are going to correct this government, which is headed by Hakainde Hichilema. We are certain that some of these things which we are ahead of, we are going to correct them as fast as possible.
Before we move on to issues to do with the by-elections, some parts of the country have recorded armyworms, Siavonga being one of the latest districts to record armyworms. What are you doing to help the farmers, considering that these animals...
Well, from what I'm hearing from the Minister of Agriculture, they have taken a lot of measures. And in fact, when I was passing by the Minister of Agriculture, I heard the PSC saying, we have got enough medicine to conquer that, and most of the agriculture officers, they have reached already to those areas. I think sooner or later, that thing are going to be a thing of the past. But there is much attention to it. So I think most of the officers have been sent there, and measures are being taken place.
Now let's talk about the by-elections. We hear one of the by-election has been postponed because the Citizen First candidate withdrew from the campaigns. How have the campaigns been going? Would you say they are peaceful, and how do you look at the ground as UPND?
As UPND, if I talk about the one in Chilenge, I'm very, very happy that each and every day we are communicating with our colleagues. I was supposed to leave for, as you know, I'm with the mobilization. I was supposed to leave for Mpika, which we are doing very fine, and the Showangandu is where we are heading now. The elections voting date is on 23rd of January. Both camps and both areas, we are doing extremely wonderful and extremely good. And sometimes these people make noise here. These opposition will make noise here. When you go on the ground, they're not there. Hence, you find somebody Citizen First. That's what Kalawa talks a lot here in Lusaka. Look what has happened to his candidate. And he has withdrawn. He can't match up with the things which is on the ground. And he has made it's a cost again, which we have been doing campaigns, and now we are finding ourselves in a situation that it has been cancelled, and we have to start things afresh again. You can imagine the thinking of this opposition is at work. Maybe it was just thought, oh no, can you just withdraw? So to us, we are not scared. We are going to follow it what the ECZ has instructed us to do. But I'm telling you, Shwangandu we are calling a day, and as well as the one in Pika we are calling a day. So our gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen who are there, I can tell you, I'm going there. I'm going there 2 days from now.
Before we come to why you are so confident that you are carrying the day, the Citizen First candidate, when he withdrew, he said he withdrew because some political parties have been differentialized as not being allowed to file in, for their candidates to file in.
That is you see, let us be factual. When you don't fulfill the regulations, what we are not saying, him was supposed to stand. What does it? Why does he stand for his friend? Is he saying, I wish myself, my friend had won the elections than me? He went there alone, as an individual. He didn't go there for his friend. No, that is a lie. It shouldn't come like that. Ni boza la mbongoniza. Ko we upana mapara, mremdo akutu upana minamu yako. You are not standing for your friend. Franchise ya child. You yourself, you were given papers and he said, no, you have qualified to stand and you are going to stand. Why withdrew it? Why? That is a scapegoat, and he knew that he was not going to win. So you find reasons how to withdraw. Citizen First, Bakala, why not encouraging his own members to say, we want to prove ourselves that we are strong on the ground, and the people, they do understand us. Because that was the idea. Competition is about you being known by the electorate, and what you can deliver, what you have been saying in Lusaka, with your members. Now, if you cannot do what and he said, no, my candidate should withdraw, and you accept that, and you think in 2024 you are saying, no, you are going to win elections. No. It's a litmus now for you. Go and compete. Let people vote for you. So it's just like we don't know. Small children, they will keep on crying in that manner. So to us, we are not scared. We are not scared. At any time, we have been there and we know what elections is all about.
What should we do as a country to discourage people from withdrawing from? This is expensive. Which direction do you think we should take?
I think we should change our clauses. Some of the clauses which are there are not good. So whoever withdrew, the election should go ahead. So some of the clauses which are there are not helpful. So we need to change. I think some of those who understand what we are talking about elections, I think it is costing. So it's better we change some of the clauses which are there. It will help that. Even if you can imagine, you stand, you put your photo, you start standing every day and you start campaigning, just 1 week to go, then you are withdrawing. What do you mean? What do you mean? The past 3 weeks you have been campaigning, only 1 week remaining, you say I'm withdrawn. Because you didn't see that your friend was franchised at that time. For 3 weeks you are still campaigning. Only 1 week to go. You said, no, I cannot. No. I think those are cheap politics that those guys are doing.
You express a lot of confidence that you are scooping these by-elections. Where are you standing? What is happening on the ground?
What is happening is that, what Hakainde has done, what the UPND, New Dawn government with Hakainde, what we have done, we have taken the cake which used to be Lusaka to the people. And they are seeing. When we said CDF is a game changer, they are saying it. Now they are able to see. A police officer used to say, no, we cannot go and attend the problem which is there because we haven't got the transport. Now the transport is even there. They can say, no, we don't know, there's no one to monitor the CDF, this project. The CDF vehicles are there. We are saying, no, our Royal Highness, the houses which are very bad, and so forth. Hakainde said, the government is going to build you houses. We are saying, no, here there is no schools here. Children are sitting on the floor. Hakainde said, by December, most of the schools have got desks now. That's what we have done to people. Said, no, the hospital which was there was a clinic, there was nothing. Now there is a clinic there. So with all these things that people are seeing, you think they cannot give you a credit by voting for you, by voting you. No, they will. And that's what we have said to the people. Even if people, they can lie in Lusaka, on TV here, on the radios here, but the people are seeing themselves. So you cannot cheat to the Zambians who are seeing. No, this government is what? Go and see what is there. Oh, on the ground things are what? So some of us, when we move, sometimes we even participate in what they are saying. Oh, this is what they are saying. But the people, there's especially abemba kwa mene kutuli. Akuti mukawele baka kuti balingire ukutasha. Nga umunawo atampa ukuomba wino balingire ukutasha not ukuwata yo. If you are Shiwangandu is pity. In Shiwangandu, projects which are supposed to be taken than other constituencies. That guy, although he's talking a lot, go and see what is Shiwangandu. You can get annoyed with him. Go and see. I can take you so that the cameras, in fact, as I'm going to take cameras so that they are going to see what is Shiwangandu. The money is there, but what has he done, the guy? The honorable himself. He's here, what. Go and see what is Shiwangandu. It's when you believe that some people who talk a lot in Lusaka, go to Prokos, where that man, another man comes on. Go and see. It's when we are going to be able to see the people who talk a lot here in Lusaka, in their constituencies. Sometimes they say, but why? The money is there at the council. So, when ourselves, from the Secretary General's office, we are not going to stop moving up and down to make sure that what my president has put to each and every constituency meant development is there, and if there is development. If there is nothing, we are going. Yesterday, I was seeing on TV, on Facebook, somebody stood and said, look, what I've done. He had put even balloons and whatever people said, look, this is what I've done. I've brought Chitukuko here. This is school. That was in Petauke Central MP JJ. So I said, now he can even, and the people were singing, dancing, and that is the CDF money. JJ in Petauke. Say, I've brought it, and he was even holding hands in the pocket, like this, kamwana katukubuka, so look what I have brought. He has forgotten that is the people who have got brains, like my president, HH, the chief in commander. He said, no, I'm going to take the money from Lusaka to Petauke so that the people in Petauke can see development. Where now JJ can be say, I've brought development. Bwana, UPND, New Dawn government. Bwana, we have got men and brains. We came into government not to make jokes, not to listen to people who are so destructive, but to us, we mean well. We know some of the things are hard, but we are not saying that we can build this, we can solve. But things supposed to be solved in slow, but where it is, we are going, we are there. My president and his cabinet are so determined. So determined. Those gentlemen at the State House and in this cabinet, they are serious for the sake of to change the lives of Zambians. And we are serious. We haven't come to joke this. We were fighting for this thing for 23 years. And now we are there in government. What we meant and what we are there for. This is, my brother, what we are trying to do. We promised to the Zambian people free education. They were laughing at my president. Said, Ongo, what? Where are we? What have we done? We said, we are going to make sure that in this country there is order. I want to say the truth. I want to say something. What happened in Petauke 3 to 4 days ago with those thugs of PF beating those America One and the ground, we are going to sweep Petauke. Sorry, my president, you said anyone who is going to do his own his work, but we are not going to allow such things in Petauke. We are going to stop those boys. We are going to tell the provincial chairman in Eastern Province, go to Petauke, sweep Petauke, there must be order. Our commander-in-chief, I said, we are going to put order as a party. Because, you know, my president is the president of my party. So when he says something, even we members, we are his soldiers. We are his soldiers. Where we see wrong with our own eyes, before he's going to act ourselves, we are going to act.
But don't you think...
We are not taking a law in our hand.
That's where I'm going, actually. Don't you think that's a police matter?
If the police are there, should we wait? You are fighting each other there until the police comes. Should we wait until we are beaten? There are some people when they stop fighting. That's what we are going to do then, before we invite the police.
When you say you are going to sweep, what does that mean?
The boys are ruthless. We can't allow to beat his fellow Zambian in that manner. We are not in the era of PF, no. We are in UPND, New Dawn government. My president has told us in UPND, if you do anything wrong, you are on your own. Meaning that I have to be disciplined. But I cannot go and ask my provincial chairman, my youth provincial chairman in Eastern Province, just to wait. He's listening that there are some boys who are beating Zambians at the bus station, or to get people from the bus. When they are going to Eastern Province, they go in the bus, they go and fish them out. We can't allow that. If ever, we are not going to allow that. We are disciplined people. We are disciplined people as UPND. Because our commander said, no, we are not going to allow cadarism. Should they perform it in Petauke? No, man. I'm a politician. Not a half-baked politician. I'm a mature politician, not mwaliriwe ni makalava. Akalava ufika koli nkuline. No. Yambali neze seveza ku chitoto government. Nene mdale. Tipeza mdale. So when we are talking, we know where we are coming from. When Akayinde is talking about what he passed through and what he doesn't want it to happen, he's talking with experience. He's talking about it. He was there. He saw it, what happened on him, and he cannot allow on others to continue suffering what he suffered before. That's what it is, my president. Now, we cannot allow it to happen in Eastern Province, where choose to come from. No, we are going to sweep it. I hope my boys should be there, and I hope they are listening. I'm at the office of the Secretary General. Bwana, everywhere. The Secretary General, Patuke Menda, is the chief executive of the party. Bwana, he can give me instructions. And I will do. I'm in the office of Secretary General as mobilization. How can I mobilize in Petauke when there is no peace there? How? Akanuja umechipani chanu unanichulekelera abantu nyatana pano pa mbili kumenya. we have got our members everywhere. Yeah, that's what you have to know. Even on the bus stop, what we have. But sometimes we watch. Say, oh, vayambap. Wofuna vayambe. That's why somebody was. I was on this. I was even saying, the coming of Edgar Lungu. We are lucky to see such a type of thing. That's what have you seen? Have you seen what is happening in Petau?
So you are attributing this violence? That
ni wantu wake kala, ni wantu wake, ni wana wake. Ula mwenye ula, alipa Petau. Ndiye bala kuti die hard. Mwa kugambira bene balusambo, ndiye baja bala nani pa Petau. So they were kicking another group. So that group, they were saying PF group, they are saying Lungu group and the Sampa's group. And do you know what Sampa wrote in this first group? At the board at Nainte.
But really, what should
and it has started. You know, that's, you can imagine that language. Is talking within PF, that is, the game is 90 minutes. It has started. Because these boys were beaten. But we are saying, no, not in this era. Not in the era of HH, Hakainde Hichilema, the chief commander of the army, and at the same time, the president of UPND, New Dawn government. We can't allow that. We can't go.
What direction should we take as a country in order to get rid of such kind of politics?
He has made it clear, and he keep on saying, we are not going to entertain again. Do you want UPND to behave the same the way our PF we are behaving? No. Stripping women, beating women, even if he's your mother, you can strip somebody like that. Your fellow man, you can strip them off clothes. We can't. That is pure animalism. My president is he can never allow such type of incidences in this country, Zambia, as we are going UPND, New Dawn. That's what it means. Everything. Once something comes like that, one, that man in State House is not a man to play with. When he says something, he means it. I know him. If he chooses doing wrong thing, he will tell me, choose, stop it. And we say, yes, my president. Maybe at that time he's angry, but you call me somewhere, we discuss. Like this. That's the way how, you see, the money, Hakainde, some people, they don't understand Hakainde. Me, I do understand. He's a cool gentleman. If ever there is any gentleman, he's that one. But if you do wrong, he will tell you have done it wrong. And you know it that you have done wrong. That's the man at State House. Very principled. I know him better.
Let's move on. Last week, last time you came to this set, you condemned the Umozi Kumawa. And now the Umozi Kumawa are advocating for an Easterner to be appointed Minister of Foreign Affairs. You are one of the names that have been mentioned taking up that particular role. What is your reaction to all this?
What we have to know is this. If ever there is one of the most disciplined person in UPND, I'm one of them. I joined UPND in 1998 on 27 December. When in Eastern Province, at that time, there was UNIT also, there was MMD, Alupia Banda, by the way, when he was the vice president. He's my uncle. Achoka kuchiparamba kwa Jambes. Nilichoka kuchiparamba. Ezenuja neneo nilipa fupi na mwana wasa nikampa seko nikachika chuzu. I said, malume nene wa UPND. I was there. Amangani wa Jimini, he was the Minister of Home Affairs He called me in his office, Pamwamba Party. I choose, what do you want? You are my best friend. By the way, Mangan is the one who made me to be a youth in UNIP. He recruited me to be in UNIP, Mangan. Now, from that time up to now, how many times I've been in the police cells? Bite, Chimbwakaila, Kamwara, whether, name it, I've been there. Because of UPND, understanding when Hakainde became a president of UPND in 2006, who was campaigning for Hakainde? In Eastern Province, they didn't want Hakainde, they wanted the Sakwiba Squatter. Who stood for Hakainde? It was Michael Chusu. I was coordinating with his Mlam, Kabwali. I moved all over Eastern Province. I met Edith Nawake. This hatred of Hakainde and Edith Nawake doesn't start now. It started a long time. When we were in Yuda, I met Edith Nawake, in Chatiza, and in Chatiza Petauke in 2006, whom he shouted at me because supporting of Hakainde Ichirem. When we came here to vote, Bwana, the way we played, I'm telling you how disciplined I am to Hakainde. When you talk to me about Hakainde, is here, UPND and Hakainde is here in me. Now, when I heard, I didn't hear it. I just heard somebody phoned me at night. Bachuzu, Mufuna Foreign Affairs. Who? I said, no, your name is there. How come? Who is that one? And I came here and I'm still saying it. Umozi Kumawa, as long as I am alive, it will never exist. It will never happen in Eastern Province. Wazambo Kamila Manyumba Mwa Chatu Umozi Kumawa, not to come and dramatize in Eastern Province. It will never exist. Because even the chiefs, it will never. Bwana, me, I'm in the corridors of power. I'm in the office of the Secretary General. Me, I go to State House nearly every after what, but maybe a week, twice. I go and talk to either, I'm going to talk to Levin Goma or any other person there. I go and talk. What is it that for me, I can just go there, make an appointment. I go and ask Machira, I want to see the president. I will. You will not even say no, choose. I will even go to a community house and say, Bwana President, I have been to State House and meeting with my president, talking. He's my friend. When you have got a friend, what will make me to go and talk to him? My president, Chito. By the way, let me tell you now, the only job that I will do myself is to mobilize the party in 2024, 2025, that 2026 we should go into power. There now I can become a cabinet minister, because that is the last time when Hakainde, his term is going to finish. A person who knows me. But for the time being, Bwana, I'm holding on to the party. That's why I am the mobilization in the office of the Secretary General. I'm in charge, Bwana. The SG has given me choose. If this party does not grow, you are the fault. So I make sure I talk to my friends. This year, it is a year, I cannot review anything. This year, I was at 2024. My president, as he said, we need to go to the structures now. So for me to hear that, I don't know who wrote that gentleman. I've never met him. I don't know him. You know, these are the people, they know that uyu muntu noziwika ngako na president. Uyu muntu noziwika ngako na chipani. Uyu muntu alipafupi na president koma. Tinti mwike pozina hapa. Let's put his name there. That's what they are doing, those people. They don't know. Choose is very close to Hakainde Ichilema. Chuzu is very close to the administration of United UPND New Dawn. I'm very close. I'm part and parcel, bwana. So for somebody to write that, he doesn't know Chuzu. He doesn't know my background. As a politician, he doesn't know. Bwana, no matter ngati mnandala mazano olucha zikanga PF, a PF is not vindala. I'm done. You go and see if ever there was any person who was going. I was sellable. I was sellable to PF at the time when we are campaigning, when we are beating Akaidi, when we are doing this. I was sellable. I would have gone to PF and say, oh, ni passe ni vakuti. I didn't do that. I was very close with some of those other things that I did. Now, for me, even my president was surprised. Even some of those people were at State House were surprised with me. They were saying, what's happening at Jos? So I said, no. I said, no, my dear. Sorry. I said, my dear, sorry. I was telling them that, no, these are the people who doesn't know how to score things. If ever there is something that they wanted, there are channels that they can speak to State House. Lot of channels. You can even go to and represent yourself nicely, rather than using mtola manera myesesenga tinipokwerera. You know, they want to use me as a ladder. No, bwana, mwairasha. Not in that way. Me, I'm a well-disciplined, I'm repeating. I'm a well-disciplined person in my party. I cannot bring disunity in my party. I would never. Whoever will come and bring disunity, I will say, get out. We are not working like this. So if ever they are thinking that by writing that Chuzu, one, me to be a Minister of Foreign Affairs, for what? Look the way I look. Don't I look like a minister as well? That's the way the ministers dress. Don't I look healthy? What is it that I'm facing that I can cry at this moment? I'm looked after care nicely by the SG. He's taking care of me. I'm in his office. I move. I've got to break. This year, bwana, nalima neo kumunzi 40 hectares. 40 hectares. Trakita zo kulira munda mwangu neo. Because my president said, anyone can have a small yard kunyumba, charankoni. I listened to what my president said. I went kumunzi na kulima, kwasu kumunzi. 1 week, I told you, I was in Chipat. I did. Just this coming weekend, I'm going to plant D compound. That's what my president was at his farm for a week. That's the way how we should take up with this country, not the way Mlemba Mazina, I choose, na mweo. Say tufuna nchito ya ndali. Because tuzi wame mtu jiti, say mtandari marube. Nikangale mwofesi nini mtu wanda, nikangale mwofesi, zuwa cho mulichifani. You know, let us do politics. There are other people who can die with the politics. Other people can be in the offices. We divide the duty. You do this, you do that, you do that. That's the way how UPND is run. I've heard many people, no, wachuzu, mnavutikira maningi chipani, nanga mulipani, weo. Nikufuna kwako, nikufuna kwangu. Neo nifuna kale pangu. Aka yendozi wapamepunufuna neo. The whole State House knows where Chuzu is. The SG, the Secretary General Batuke Menda, is looking after me because I'm in his office. Ngakabauti nilibewu ngamdala to, don't worry, I'll give you. Nukulia tibo ni mena kulia aliwonzi. But at the same time, it was a fallacy. UPND is a well-disciplined. I want to tell you, UPND is the most disciplined. Muriechi Sankawila. Mwene mcheze. Wapiyefu ifunati sokoneza. Kwambili. The man who is there at the State House, Hakainde, is the most disciplined part. The PF tried to squeeze him, to remove him. By the way, I want to tell you, four vice presidents were stolen from Hakainde. Are you aware? Are you aware? Should I tell you?
Sure.
We had the man from Western Province, Francis Imenda. PF got him. They took him out. We had the man, Richard Dekapita. They picked him. They even gave him as a minister, vice president. Kenisha Sibanda, vice president. They took him. GBM, vice president. How many?
4.
Now today, you want to say my president, no, you want to destroy this. When yourself as a PF, 4 vice president, all of them went to PF. They didn't go to any party. All of them went to PF. And when they went to PF, they were insulting my president. And today, many are in PF, hey, Hakainde is there to destroy. To destroy what? 4 vice presidents. Oh, don't play dirty clay. We know your game. We are more advanced. They wanted to finish our party so that Hakainde can be desperate. But the man was strong.
All in all, Mr. Michael Chuzu cannot take up a ministerial position.
Nothing. I don't even demand. I don't even demand to be in any post. Any. No. Do you know that the party is the foundation of what create ministers, what and what? That's what I am. I should be a father. Ngatuankara ukoika bana bako makina banaenda huko wakakuona uti wamdala. The way they do the ministers. When I meet them, Wamdala, how are you? I'm sorry, thank you. Wamdala, how are you? They think that's what they do, the ministers, to me. Now that respect which I'm giving when they come to secretariat, you wanted me to dilute it out. No. Me, I don't make an appointment to any minister. I don't. I want to assure you. I don't make any appointment, and I will never. For what? Oh, those are my friends. I will never make an appointment with any PS or any government worker. I will just go. I am Michael Chuzu. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. I've already planted the relationship. Even to go to the State House, I don't make any appointment at all. I just go up a gate. I am Michael Chuzu. Oh, I choose Waripa. Oh, give him, let him come. They will not even ask me, your name is not here. No. Villa Sida Villa. I'm enough. I did enough.
As you go around mobilizing the party, we have cholera now in the country. What is it that the party is doing to help fight the cholera disease?
Honestly saying, we want to thank business people, the way they have come. We want also to thank Zambians that despite we are facing this thing, yes, cholera is there. I went there last time. I said, is this thing not preventable? It is. Sometimes some of these things we create it ourselves. One day, I went to Nakonde, and that border ya Mozambique, ya Tanzania. The plastic bag, you can't go with it there. You can't go with that plastic bag. They'll stop you and say, no, go. I was asking somebody in the shop, he was selling me a plastic bag. You know, at the time when SATA made that the plastic bag must be bought, What they meant, there are some special plastic bag that once you buy it, then you go somewhere, you throw it, it will dissolve. But there are other plastic that when you throw, they don't dissolve. Those, they were not allowed in the shops. Now, I don't know how we have relaxed that. Even the plastic that you buy from, they'll even tell you, buy a plastic. You buy the plastic, which cannot dissolve. Because at that time, the rule was, we are going to buy that plastic because it was going to be made special. So that when you buy, even if you throw it away, it was going to dissolve. But these businessmen now, they have just capitalized the plastic bag which cannot even dissolve. Say, buy. No, you must buy, you are paying. You must. No! No! We have seen there are certain plastic, they look like kasaka. So that plastic, if you throw it, it will dissolve. But there are certain plastic that they don't have. Some of these things, please, we can do it ourselves. We can stop this before we blame my government or any government. It's really, you cannot at this time that somebody should die with cholera. No. At this century, everyone must be clean. We must live at that type of stage. Anyway, we have lost lives. So cleanness is godliness. So I'll urge my fellow, please, let us not be crowded. Now the church has been told that to be only 2 hours. And I would have asked further that some of the markets, let us change the way we move, even you and me. Let us educate a lot of people. This thing, we can do it. Clean your hands, sanitizers and other things. We can stop it. But I don't know, kapena seote wantu. I don't know how much we have been witched. You stop somebody, don't do this. No, you are infringing on my rights. No, we had stop this. You saw the way how, suppose Gary Nkombo did not take that measure that he had taken, that Lusaka must be clean and not. We are going to have more problem. As if the focus was good. Because that one made even to clean the town and to lessen some of the things. So now, these things are teaching us a lesson. So it is on these areas that, please, let us clean ourselves, even the surroundings. Let us. You are going to find that somebody buys the thing, he knows this thing is bad. Where I'm buying these things are bad, he buys. And you know, where there is a dirty thing, things are cheap. But it is costing your life. That's what pains me. You go and buy something which is costing your life. Mwe please mwayangu. Mungaike moyo wanu pachiswe, pamuswe. You go and buy things when you know kuti apa mpaipa, ndiye pamene punkogula. Pantamulungu. Chenti zisunge teka. Ukilini nuweka we mundu. And for you to see that that's why they say when you are seeing the symptoms in you, rush to the clinic or take measures. Mpaka murware musiba matenda okondovuta ngako during night time. Usiku matenda diepa kuvuta. By the time you want to find the transport, mwafoka, you are tired. You can't even respond to medicine. You die. So precautions are much better. Let us listen to what the doctors are saying. I'm happy that there are some volunteers as I'm talking. Even our own members today, UPND members, we have picked volunteers from each and every. The SCG instructed that we have to pick volunteers. So like in Lusaka, we have picked almost about 20 volunteers to go and assist where at the Heroes. And that's what we are doing. We saw it that the thing was going, we cannot just leave it to Marcel to deal with it. If other people can go there and volunteer, what of the party? That's what Imenda said. If members within the community can let the party also volunteers. We have volunteered at least 20 boys and girls, and even women and boys. We have volunteered that. As I'm talking to, if you go there, you find them there doing the job. So that's what we have done.
As we come to the end of this interview, what are your concluding remarks?
My concluding remark, this is the rainy season. And the rainy season, there are a lot of things that can happen. Drivers, I was coming, the other driver was very rough, splash water to a pedestrian. And the guy was dressing in a suit like me. I said, and he couldn't even stop and say sorry. He just went on. So please let us mind ourselves as we are moving on the road. Sometimes our drainages are not good, particularly in Lusaka. So please drive slowly, take your time, don't rush. Even if you are late for work, go and explain, no, the roads are not good. I've took my time. You won't be, it's day of, farming also. Let us put money. This year, let us go and plant so that at least this hunger which we are talking about, we can have a bumper harvest. But I can assure you, I've got 40 hectares this year, and I'm not going to leave it like that. I must go and contribute to the bumper harvest of this year.
Mr. Chuzu, we would like to thank you very much for making an appearance on the Lunch Cafe.
Thank you very much. And since we are new year, we have to pray for our cabinet, the president, the church, elders and the pastors, bishop, and everyone else. Let us commit ourselves and pray to God as we are proceeding. You know, there is a word which Malawians says, kulowa, getting in is not a problem, but coming out is a problem. Kulowa sivuto kuma kutuluka. So what it means that this year we have entered, we may have other things that you think you can, maybe you may not reach at the end, but consider yourself that you have reached this year, you are a potential person to God that you can contribute to the nation, to the well-being of this nation. By the way, UPND, Newton, government, we want to make sure that a Zambian should understand what we are there for them.
Thank you very much. This has been the Lunch Cafe on Camnet TV, and we were featuring Mr. Michael Chuzu, who is the Special Assistant Mobilization in the Office of the Secretary General, and that is the UPND. On that note, we come to the end of today's Lunch Cafe. Don't forget to join us again tomorrow at the same time as we bring to you another exciting program. On behalf of the entire production team, have a lovely day.
Introducing Kapi Lodges Kafiwe, a beautiful place to spend your night. At Kapi Lodges, we have affordable and comfortable rooms to meet your expectations. We are located along Kafiwe Road, Shimabala area. For more details, Contact us on +260 979 476307 or +260 976 057123 or +260 764 700 003. Email capilodges@gmail.com. Capi Lodges, my second comfort, home.